Welcome everyone, thanks for watching and clicking on this video. Today we're going to talk about intermittent fasting, but not just intermittent fasting, but prolonged fasting and the benefits of it.
I haven't felt this good in a while.
So I want to keep this really simple to you guys. Here you have it. In general, most fasts are performed 24 hours to 72 hours. Yes, it's a long time. But we also know intermittent fasting like the lean gains protocol, where you fast for 16 hours of the day, where you just skip breakfast and have your meal later on the day. I practiced this approach for 2 years straight and I had a lot of benefits with it for my skin and my brain function. But I keep that for another video. Today we're going to talk about prolonged fasting and why I think it's really beneficial. So let's get right into it. Benefit number one, it could increase your lifespan. Yes, what if I could tell you, you could increase the years of living in your life by just fasting some days. A prolonged fast, like 24 to 48 hours or 72 even. A lot of people have practiced this. Several animal studies have shown that it is possible to increase your lifespan if you do a prolonged fast. For example, in one study, rats that fast every other day experience a delayed rate of aging and living 38% longer than rats that didn't fast. For example, another study where they took female mice to test the physiological effects of short-term repeated fasting. The results showed that fasting mice survived significantly longer than mice who were full-fed. So in short, animal studies have found that fasting could delay aging and increase longevity. And the reason I'm saying it may increase your lifespan because these studies were conducted on animals like rats. And we're not rats, but if there's even a 1% chance that I can increase my lifespan by just fasting, I think it's a really good reason to just fast some days. But human research is really lacking, unfortunately. Hopefully in the future we'll have more. Let's get to the next one. You know what those guys put in their asses, like to grow muscle? That is human growth hormone. And I'm not telling you to do that because I will stay natural for the rest of my life. But what if I could tell you, you could increase your human growth hormone levels by just fasting? Human growth hormone is responsible for growth, metabolism, weight loss, and muscle strength. What if I could tell you, you can increase it naturally by just fasting? For example, there was a study done where they took 11 healthy adults, showed that fasting for 24 hours significantly increased the levels of human growth hormone. And another small study in 9 men found that fasting for just 2 days led to a 5-fold increase in human growth hormone levels. So I think this just says enough. Because you're going in a state where you're not eating, your human growth hormone levels will go up. And I think if you can enhance yourself naturally by just fasting, I think you will have really good body composition effects. And due to the increase of human growth hormone is why you won't lose your muscle when you're fasting. It's just so powerful. Fasting promotes something called autophagy, which is like self-cleaning for your cells. Since your body's essentially eating itself, it has a chance to get rid of any junk that may have built up in your body, like damaged cells. This is one of the biggest benefits of fasting, even for people who are at a healthy weight. As our bodies are adapting and evolving even more and more, our cells are becoming more capable of consuming waste, where consuming functional materials don't really have much of a function anymore to ultimately better themselves. When we're young, our cells are working really efficiently and we're multiplying cells like crazy. But as we get older, our cells don't multiply as much. So that's the reason why we get older and die eventually, because we're not actually multiplying cells anymore. So I think Because we're starting to lose cells, we need to make sure that our cells become really efficient in using themselves and bettering themselves. And this is just by increasing autophagy. And these are just 3 health benefits, and there are a lot of more health benefits out there. But I want to just grab these 3 and tell you guys this is the reason why I'm gonna fast for 2 days. I think it's really healthy to do once in a while if you know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta get your minerals in. If you don't get your minerals in, you'll pass the fuck out. That's the only thing. So I hope it was really informative. If you liked the video, please like the video, subscribe, and much love.